certainly some really flashy team fighting that could happen with a couple of items. And Volibear, a solid pick. I like it. It's a pretty solid top side of the map as well.
Yeah, it gives them some frontline that they wouldn't have if they decided to go with something like a Camille, which would have almost showed their hand as far as playstyle. 1-3-1 would, of course, be what they'd be looking for there, and maybe the 3 not going to be strong enough to hold back T1. So I don't mind this. Aiming for a little bit more ability to teamfight, also adding extra magic damage to the composition. And we've seen Volibear into Renekton, the Bear versus the Croc so many times, and the matchup's okay for the Volibear as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like we're ready to go.
Yeah, here we are into game 1. DK versus T1. Damwon Kia versus T1.
Telecom 1.
Didn't work.
Will it be Doran, who self-acclaimed is the, new best top laner, but hasn't been proven yet. We get a lot of action here, though, Max.
Yeah, exactly. Canyon is jived over the wall. Faker in a little bit of trouble, but the watch out Eep going to do a fair bit of damage. Flash out from Canyon. Because maybe we shouldn't have been talking him
Sprinting
up
to the top lane.
Yeah, Khan trying to escape here. Bowling ball going to miss. As Khan just going to ulti out of the way. Thankfully, did manage to get to level 6. Canna, of course, level 7, so a few of these minions, and then Khan will be alongside.
His most played on the Azir, and here we go.
Yeah, it's a big flash in from Canna as Canyon's trying to dive out of the way, but no, first blood going over to T1.
Oh, they're looking
and a
for more.
teleport to dive in towards the top lane. Faker does get there first. Showmaker going to show up as well.
A bunch of armor going to be stacked here, as here we go again.
Yeah. Ulti comes in, that's a dead Faker. So easy.
His number the whole way through so far, and huge props so far to him, as a really nice setup here from Showmaker. I think that Faker needs to flash the second after he gets very much on top of that, so I believe them.
Yep. Kisan really good at always noting it. Jonah strong as well, big shout outs, but now the Drake is getting taken down very low. Teleports coming through for everyone. Ellen locks down the dragon, that's their second. Headbutt polebomb to only one, but Ellen's taking so much damage. Goes into the stopwatch, and Khan is just eradicated so early. Unfortunately, Faker doesn't find too much with the ultimate, but Gumayushi's there with the quadra kill. Make it a penta in the first team fight of the game.
Oh man, Gumayusi just popping off. He's got people running at him from all different directions, and he just shuts them down one by one. A massive victory in the team fight there, going the way of T1. And man, I can't wait to see that one again. LM popping up in his chair right there, as he is super excited, as he should be. You see that Dom and Kia are like, okay, we gotta fight this, we gotta get in there. Smite win starts to LM. More victories for him in the jungle matchup. Khan gets way too ahead of his team, and then Dom and Kia say we gotta commit anyway, but they're so far behind in this fight that it doesn't matter. It turns into a slaughter fest, a meat grinder here for the Aphelios, who is protected the entire way and is just able to essentially stand there like a turret and take down every single player as they all go crazy.
Yeah, they all lose their minds, and Faker's just chilling in the middle there. This could be madness, as it didn't go so well last time, but Showmaker off on the flank. Beryl looking to try and get into position, as there's the Emperor's Divide very early in the fight this time around from Faker. Using it defensively, half the health bar now on the Dragon as Ellen going down relatively low. Showmaker, they're trying to turn on him. Flash forward from Canna, and he gets taken down so low. Ulti to try and get out, but he's not going to be able to, as Damwon just sneak away the Dragon. But it's not exactly the biggest prize, and they have to try and get out. They're trying to get pincered out, though, here from T1, as Canna, slice, dice, trying to get on in there. Stuns up the Volibear, who ults himself to relative safety. Ghost trying to get some damage down, but extraordinarily quickly. Showmaker just clearing out of control. What it looks like Damwon don't even want to fight for this one, as Canyon couldn't get himself into smite position. Khan gets played back, and there's the pickup. The Samira unable to do anything as Showmaker decides that he needs to try and start a fight, and Gumayushi flashes away from Beryl. He'll just solo out the cow, and now they're looking for more. Carrier, flash, flay. Faker looking for some damage, but not quite able to get there. Carrier, he can get over, and he's got a lantern for Faker to follow. The kitty cat can't escape the pigeon. Some revenge for the birds as Faker is able to take him down.
Many, players popping off in a big way here on the side of T1 so far.
Well, speaking of Canna, he's gonna have a lot of friends here soon. Sorry, Khan, as of course Canna has the friends delivered to help him out, and this is a very, very scared Volley Bear. Yeah. Is this game just gonna last another 10 seconds as Damwon Kia do make it back? They've pushed out these waves pretty successfully, but you can see T1 just trying to brute force it. Ghost is going to eat that Moonlight Vigil. That may help them. As now Elm off to the side. Now the Flash Headbutt Pulverize does come in. Showmaker not able to quite create enough distance with the ultimate, though, as Ghost hasn't got into the fight yet. And unfortunately, T1's wallets are way too heavy. The second Nexus turret will go down, and the Nexus will indeed follow. Damwon Kia put back in their place after being right on top of the mountain for so long, and now they're going to have to reclimb it once more.
Unbelievable.
Early Pentakill did do the most damage. Faker as well being able to do a lot, but you can see Canyon, he was trying. A lot of those spears were trying to get in there, but unfortunately this team, if it doesn't get off the ground, it really doesn't feel like it goes anywhere.
Certainly, you get a couple items under your belt, and you'll be sitting pretty. This time around, Damwon do have some scaling in the lineup. Obviously, Kaisa and Gangplank that can do that pretty nicely, as can the Graves. And so, not half bad. I feel like this might be a little bit slower to start the early game. Maybe a bit of farming from the two junglers. And maybe we'll just get a really, you know, tense matchup here between these two teams. That's kind of what I'm feeling from the drafts so far.
Yeah, I think that it could get explosive if things do go wrong, though. So we'll just have to see. Eyes will be largely on Khan because Gangplank Na on paper is often okay for the Gangplank, but doesn't always work out that way. And Na can certainly get him down low in the earlier stages. Showmaker, of course, has a redemption as Khan. He's going to move on over. He does have the Cannon Barrage, remember, as the redemption does go off, giving them all the information. There's Carrier going through. The Gnar ult into the wall is only going to land onto Canyon as... Oh, collateral damage is massive. Ghost dives into the backline. The Gnar is going to die first, but it's a double kill for Khan. This is a disaster, but the other side as Damwon Kia get a 3-for-1.
That was pretty massive. Barrel really, really well in this game. And so is Gumayusi, so much more ahead of his opponent right now. So there's still a chance with these two fed carries, essentially. It's still early on, but there's a chance for them to...
Oh, damn, that was so close to the Paddlestar getting the work done, but the Drake is taken by T1. There's the knock-up with the Justice Punch from Carrier, but he has to get out of there. Barrel, Unbreakable Will over the wall, is going to survive as heroic entrance. Not going to be able to do anything, but does stave off Damwon for now. Bubbles going through, and Carrier actually going to get hit, but Justice Punch creates enough distance, so they're not able to take him down. Q out of Faker. Khan now fighting up against Canna. Mega Gnar is going to come in, and the shield bow. Can it actually turn this? The shield was so valuable, and Canna, unfortunately, find the Baron under fire from T1.
T1 very aggressive with this Baron attempt again. They want to turn, I would imagine. Let's see what they can do.
Yep, Canyon pretty low on his health bar, and you can see the Zoe also very, very low. Canyon uses his Gale Force and everything, and it's stolen by Showmaker! Was that a stolen smite? I think it actually was. Nothing that they could do about it. The Gangplank going to take down the Gnar yet again, as Gumayusi does get one in the fight, and now Faker finds himself running for the hills. A triple kill for Khan's Gangplank, who is silencing the haters here this game. As Faker just does a few fancy moves, flashes his way out.
As they will try to push this advantage that they have.
Wow. I mean, Khan did a team's worth of damage in that last fight. And I think that was just barrels, because I think he used the Cannon Barrage a little bit earlier on. So, yeah, Khan's a big deal right now. Yeah, posturing right now, of course. You could imagine as Gumayusi, you just want to have your opportunity, right? He just put together his Infinity Edge, and we know what Samira's can do if a fight gets out of control, but the problem is that Damwon have so much extra money. It's a 10,000 gold lead, and Khan doesn't have to be there to be threatening. He's now just going to await the Cloud Soul as Cannon Barrage will come down to deal with this minion wave. Two-man Pulverize is good. Faker has to go golden to keep himself okay, but he's not. Showmaker is now Canyon trying to keep them in his jungle. Showmaker picking them off like fish in a barrel. And now Khan finally gets himself in here. LM desperately trying to get away, but of course, Showmaker lands a blind bubble and then pops him with the Paddle Star. All too easy As Khan, okay, going for a little bit of a 1v1, but instead he's going to invite his friends, doesn't want to take the risk, as that's going to be the ace. And I have a feeling we're going to go straight to that game number 3. Yet, they still want to take these fights. They're trying to get as many R buttons out of these guys as they can. And Cannon Barrage plus the collateral damage, that's 2 pretty valuable ones.
The Baron.
It's not going to stop Damwon just moving over to the Baron. They do so much damage. This is just 2 people. And it is really difficult to deal with. There's the Justice Punch to avoid dying as Khan has to flash. And then the follow from Faker, but Khan,
they get him.
Still alive. The shield bow did a lot of work. Some low health bars as in dives Ghost. Now flashing away. They're trying to play the smoke and mirrors as Faker falls towards the top side to another paddle star. Carrier might just need to try and get out of this one as Canyon is going to wipe the floor with him. And unfortunately for T1, Damwon's wallets are too heavy and they're going to be able to take them down.
Everything else says, at this point, like I said, everything else on the side of Damwon Kia just came online just on time to give them the victory in this one.
Yep, that is Khan's first death. He will remain in the death chamber as this Nexus is going to fall down, and Damwon Kia, our world champions, will answer back after a disappointing... Did a hell of a lot of damage, but Showmaker, with the amount of work that he was able to get done towards the latter half of the game, really starting to catch up. These numbers on Damwon's side are looking pretty exorbitant, but it's sort of helped by the fact that a lot of poke is available out of, Gangplank parlaying.
You might think, hey, they've got Gnar, they've got Nautilus. You do the wombo combo, the boom bam, the Kaisa goes in, Zoe's a turret, yeah. But I don't know, because you look at that late game for T1 and you're just shivering already. I mean, Camille in the side lane is going to be huge. Azir, Samira, already we've seen what that can do, even from super far behind in a later stage game. So, I don't know. I think the later this game goes on, T1 should have the pretty big advantage. I think Olaf will eventually kind of run out of utility and, effectiveness at all in this game. He'll be very important early alongside the Zoe for trying to get ahead in that mid-jungle priority that they do have, but it'll be interesting to see if they can snowball from there.
Well, let's see how it goes. Here we are onto the Rift for game number 3, the deciding matchup.
You're trading a potential kill for the Rift Herald here by going for this play.
Well, we'll see whether they can do this cleanly as Ghost, Killer Instinct looking for a way out as Carrier tanking the turret for as long as he can. The flash after. Good sidestep from the Q, but the auto is going to be there. Battle stats. Both of these top laners with their teleports available. Fake it down to half health, but the fight breaks out on the bottom side. Killer Instinct from Ghost is good as Beryl tanking for a very long time. Flash's Dredgeline's going to miss as now Khan. Can he actually get the Gnar ultimate that we've been looking for? Oh my goodness, Cannon just pops. And there's the flash, the double stun into the wall. The wallop's fantastic as well as Gnar's going to try and walk his way out. But Gumayushi, the gigantic AoE damage, and he tidies it up. As Canyon and Showmaker... Yeah, exactly. Crashdown coming on in here as we're going for yet another dive. As the depth charge is good, interrupts Gumayushi quite nicely there as Beryl just trying to keep them in position. The Void Seeker comes in, but Carrier just definitely...
Canyon?
Yep.
Canyon?
There's a lot of cans. Canyon?
Ooh, look at
All right,
this.
well, Canna going to be fighting against Khan right here. Tries to stride breaker out, but it's just going to be denied, and this is part of the problem as Khan's going to flash, tries to go towards Canyon. This might be a 1-for-1 as Cannon doesn't have a lot. Star's missing. Keep your eye on Showmaker because his idea is softening up the members of T1 before they go in for a fight. Bubble going to miss onto Ellen as well. As Damwon Kia probably not wanting to take this one straight up. As Khan, the Nab are in a decent position right now. As there's the flash forward. Carrier wants to start this one off himself as Ghost is going to take him down. It's not what they want as Khan gets an R into the wall, but no Canna denies it. With the Hextech ultimatum, that's a single person. Emperor's Divide, but now the Samira's getting the resets one after the other. And Showmaker, that portal is not one you wanted to take. It's a quadra kill for Gumayushi as what is it with this man and sub 20-minute aces on these 80 carries? It's ridiculous.
Hitting the Baron or something.
Dredgeline, Elam in trouble here as Killer Instinct comes down, Crashdown just to try and keep Ghost still, and he is going to be able to do so here as Goes golden, does the rel, but she's still going to fall. Showmaker just pops over and collects that one. Gumayusi, it's now up to you as Faker gets in, but only lands it onto one. The summoner spells are good. Gumayusi has fallen down in the fight, and now it's Ghost's turn to try and pop off as Kana, the last man standing. A disaster for T1, but maybe a Baron for Damwon Kia.
Just totally caught with their pants down in the middle of the river. They get caught out, and now how to get in here. Huge damage already.
Gumayusi taking so much damage. This is a huge problem. This could be the go signal. But Elder Drake. This is going to be the team fight. Teleport in from Kana, but it's a very subdued one. Beryl flanking position. Elder Drake is into massive knockups from the dredge line and the depth charge. Kana finds the backline though. Ghost is pretty safe right now as Khan is stunned up. Tries to get out of there and does do so successfully as Faker takes down the Nautilus, and everyone on T1 is alive until Kana finally falls down. Khan will fall as well as Faker goes golden. Ghost in position to pick up the Azir, and that's another one for Showmaker, and this is time for Zoe to shine when it's all
be careful, because I thought that T1 could just move up to the Baron and take that, but they did not want to give up the Elder Drake, and now Gumayusi going in.
Canyon, what were you doing there, my friend? Unfortunately, they didn't have the vision, and now it's a 2 versus 2. Gumayusi, he just didn't take damage there from Showmaker, who is still so aggressive. Portal jumping over the walls. Ghost is here. He does a lot of damage as well as Showmaker just pops the Lilia. Good night. That's what happens when you call down the dragon. And speaking of smites, one was used on the Baron as Damwon Kia have their second one of the game. Now it's finally looking like a real gold advantage as Fake almost just pops. Oh my god.
Man.
Showmaker is a sniper right now. It's terrifying. If he lands anything, it's just destruction. And that is going to spell all that Damwon Kia needed to head into the T1 base, take down the mid inhibitor. Top inhibitor also exposed. But still, I mean, with Gumayusi alive, it's still a terrifying prospect to just walk into T1.
Yeah, the team fight is still huge for T1. Kana seeing if he can extend and maybe catch someone out on the transition that they're going up to the top side, but I think this should be a pretty clean, 5v5 Baron push, taking out 2 inhibitors. Showmaker is just smurfing right now, making it so difficult for T1 to get anywhere near, and making T1 play so defensively here on this push.
Yep, continuing to go in. Another depth charge comes down as Kan is very, very low. The Samira is just singled out and obliterated. Damwon Kia, these are your world champions as Faker comes through trying to answer back. Mops the floor with Showmaker, but Ghost is just too strong. With Gumayusi off the rift, he is the king, and the Nexus turrets will now fall. Damwon Kia, not to be upset now, but they were shaken after game 1 and really had to work for it.
He definitely deserves it alongside of Khan. It was kind of like a 2-man wrecking crew, the 2 of them just carrying the team by the bootstraps and making their way to the victory.